What's up, everybody? It's 𝘸𝘩𝘕 here, and today's video is going to be a little bit short, but I want to cover something that I'm actually going through myself, and that is muscle soreness. Being that I've been trying to make up for lost time over the last couple of weeks in working out, I've been going really hard on my workouts, and sometimes I'll wake up with my back sore, or my shoulders sore, my arms, or even my legs. And so even when I was growing up and playing sports, I always wondered why I got sore and why it hurt so much, and how do I alleviate some of that pain, and what you can do going forward. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that. But first, of course, I want to start you off with a quote. And that is, do not let what you cannot do interfere with what you can do. So I'm going to repeat that one more time. Do not let what you cannot do interfere with what you can do. Okay? And this goes back to other quotes that I've said in the past where, we're afraid to fail. We're afraid to do things because we don't know what we can do, or sometimes we know what we can't do, and then so we think, well, I can't do that, so I can't do anything. No, there are things that you can do, whether in your life, in sports, but just because you can't do it at that time doesn't mean you're not good enough to try it. Just because you can't do it then and there, or do that one drill or that one basketball drill or workout right then and there, doesn't mean you can't do another thing. All right, so you got to take that approach in life. Just because you're afraid or you can't do one thing doesn't mean there's something else that you can do that you can be successful at. Okay, so let's get into muscle soreness. First things first is, why do we get sore? So a lot of times you heard, oh, it's lactic acid and things like that, but really that's actually a myth. It's not lactic acid. Okay, what it is actually is a sign in some ways that you're getting stronger, but not necessarily because you don't want to be so sore that you're like painful pain. You know what I mean? It's okay to feel like, a couple sore. Oh, I just feel a little sore when you stretch. Oh, I'm a little sore, or my back or whatever. That's okay. And what that pretty much is a sign is 90% of the time, especially after like a purposeful workout, is that you make very small tears in your muscles, right? So the very, very small tears, it allows for proteins to fill those tears, which allows you to build more muscle. It's part of the process of building blocks of being sore, but it's not always 100% true, meaning you can get sore to the point where it's not healthy. And it's important to kind of leverage your soreness and monitor it, because you don't want to be like, oh no, I'm just sore, but have a really sharp pain in your arm. Something else could be wrong. So if you put in a workout and a safe workout, and you've been doing the right lifts and doing the right movements, and you're sore, it's part of the process. All right, so what can you do? One is rest. Okay, that's obviously the most important thing. If like your whole body is sore, take the time to rest. Okay, but if you have like a specific body part that you worked out the day before and the next morning you're sore, here's a couple things you can do. One is, if it's that painful, you can apply ice. This is my ice. Remember, if you don't have an actual ice pack, you can always use frozen or fruits or veggies. All right, apply some ice to it to help with the swelling or whatever pain you're feeling. But the next thing you want to do is to increase the blood flow. The blood flow makes it warm, which then will alleviate some of the pain, and that goes for your entire body. Okay, so if your whole body is sore, if you're trying to work out the next day and you're like, oh, I can't do it, don't jump into it right away. Stretch, warm up. That's going to help with all of that. But another thing you can do, a do-it-yourself heating pad, is you can get like a little hand towel. Okay, you can just soak it in warm water, and you could actually put this in the microwave. Trust me, I've done it my whole life. You put it in the microwave for about 30 to 40 seconds, so it get nice and hot. And you can, if you could tolerate it, you could put it on your arm, but you might burn yourself. So I suggest using like a market bag or something light, or even like a napkin. Okay, and then put it on the napkin or the market bag, and then put it on your arm or your shoulder, or wherever you're feeling that soreness, and it'll alleviate some of the pain. All right, this was supposed to be a short video and ended up being longer than it was supposed to be, but it's still very informative. All right, so I hope you learned just a little bit of how you can help your muscle soreness, and why it's okay if it was from a workout that you remember doing. But if it's like very painful soreness, you may want to get that checked out. But just understand that it's okay to be sore. It's okay to rest if you're sore, but you also want to make sure and take care of your body and be safe on your next workout. All right, this is 𝘸𝘩𝘕 here, and I will see you next time.